The Prussian Palaces and Gardens Foundation Berlin-Brandenburg, or SPSG, was founded by a treaty of 23 August 1994 between the German federal states of Berlin and Brandenburg as a public foundation following German reunification. The treaty came into force on 1 January 1995. The foundation is separate from the considerably larger Prussian Cultural Heritage Foundation. History. The SPSG is an amalgamation of the Potsdam Sanssouci State Palaces and Gardens in the former East Germany and the State Palaces and Gardens administration in West Berlin that had been formed following the division of Germany. These institutions were formed from the Prussian State Palaces and Gardens administration that had been founded on 1 April 1927 as a result of the apportionment of assets and liabilities between the House of Hohenzollern and the Prussian state, and which was disbanded in 1945. The SPSG has its headquarters in Brandenburg's capital city, Potsdam. Its owners are the states of Berlin and Brandenburg and the federal government. The foundation receives other support from numerous societies and private sponsors. The Berlin-Brandenburg Foundation for Prussian Palaces and Gardens was listed in 2001 in the Blue Book that publishes a list of heritage sites in Eastern Germany that are of national significance and currently includes 20 so-called cultural beacons. The selection of heritage sites was based on an initiative of the commissaries of the Federal Office of Heritage and the media and voted on by the East German Ministers of Culture. Properties of SPSG. The foundation manages and administers approximately 500 employees in Potsdam, Brandenburg and Berlin, about 300 buildings or structures, including more than 150 historic buildings and nearly 800 acres of gardens, with Potsdam, Berlin's cultural landscape forming the largest part. With the Treaty of SPSG coming into force, these land and buildings are included in the inventory. In Brandenburg, buildings and parks in Potsdam, Sanssouci Park including Sanssouci New Palace, Charlottenburg Palace, Picture Gallery, New Chambers, Orange Palace, Dragon House, Belvedere of dem Klausberg, Roman Baths, Chinese House, Pheasant Dairy, Historic Mill, Ruinenburg, Stables and other buildings in the park. New Garden including the Holy Lake with Marble Palace, Cecilienhof Castle, Dairy, Orangery, Gothic Library Building and other buildings in the park. Babelsberg Park including Babelsberg Palace, kitchen buildings, steam-powered pump house, flat-out term, Gerichtslobe, Little Castle, Sailor's House and various buildings. Historic buildings in Potsdam outside the parks. Stern Hunting Lodge, a former stables of the castle town. Steam-powered pump house of Sanssouci. Kaufbars Langenstall. Linstedt Castle. Belvedere on the Pfingstberg. Pomona Temple. Thiemann House. Castles in Brandenburg, Rheinsberg Palace and Park, including all ancillary buildings, waters and bridges, Sacro Castle and Park, Capeth Castle and Park, Wusterhausen Royal Castle and Park, including ancillary facilities. In 2001, palaces in Peretz and Oranienburg were added in order to support museums. In Berlin, Charlottenburg Park including Charlottenburg Palace, Belvedere, Mausoleum and New Pavilion. Grunewald Hunting Lodge, Voininsel including Voininsel Palace and other buildings in the park. Glen Oak Park including Glen Oak Palace and other buildings in the park. Schönhausen Palace,